Warning. Big red flag conditions today. Absolutely big red flag conditions. You don't really need to sit through this entire rant. It's just me going, it's done it again. Ah! So today, we're talking about copyright. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the rant that I wanted to talk about a couple of weeks ago and decided it wasn't worth doing. It's now worth doing. What does that tell you? First and foremost, if you go through my channel, you'll find I'm no stranger to copyright. Let's just go back on the videos on my channel and you can see I've got a copyright strike from episode 1 when it was uploaded to YouTube for Kingdom Hearts 3. I've got copyright strikes from several of the Final Fantasy IX streams, several of the Watch Dogs streams, my Portal streams, and my previous Kingdom Hearts streams. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I have no problem with that. They're not strikes, they are just content claims. And all that means is YouTube will put adverts on my videos and the copyright holders will gain the revenue from that. If I had a problem with that, I wouldn't be streaming. Because unfortunately, it's going to be a fact of life. If I want to stream things like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, or all the other games that I love, they're going to have copyrighted music on them. And I'm not going to waste my time going through erasing those songs, trying to keep the audio. If I was going to do all that, I'd have to record my audio separate using something like this microphone here, and my camera separate. And I don't have the time or patience for that, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So, and you can't do that streaming either. It just can't be done on the fly. So, copyright itself, no problem. It's there for a good reason. People who create these things don't want other people to steal their work and earn money on their work. And if somebody stole my work without permission, I would 100% go after them. I'm not going to make money out of it, but it's not yours to take. If somebody asks permission to use my work, 99 times out of 100 I'm going to go, sure, go for it, just credit me. And that's all I care about, the credit. But yeah, copyright, no issue. How copyright is handled on these platforms though, that has been a big issue recently. So you may know that I stream on both Twitch and YouTube. You probably do know that if you're watching this. And this is my Twitch dashboard, and you can see all 3 of my Kingdom Hearts 3 streams have got muted audio. Previously, that has not been an issue. Previously, what has happened is that the audio is muted if you try to play the VOD on Twitch, but when I export it to YouTube or download it myself, the audio has not been muted. And then YouTube makes its own claims. So we'll take episode 1 as an example. And you can see by all the red marks on this bar, that is where the audio has been muted. Fine, I have no problem with that, so long as I can get an unmuted version myself. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy with the way they handle the muting. So this is a part here where they've muted the music I've got in the background, which is the Kingdom Hearts theme on the title screen. And you can see it's put audio's muted, don't care about that. But if I just skip forward a little bit, so that's me, audio's muted. Three, the 9th installment of the Kingdom Hearts series. Work that one out. And that's where it comes back. As soon as I say the word 3. And you can find that on Twitch still to this day. Well, right now anyway. My Twitch streams hold on here for 60 days because I'm an Amazon Prime member. Let's go to my YouTube channel though. And let's see the replay that's been uploaded on there, shall we?
3. The 9th...
My man just got worse.
The 9th...
I did not realise that I'd muted. Oh, come on. I did not realise that I'd muted. Okay. Now I need to look at something else. So fortunately I had downloaded this at the time, and this is the downloaded version. You can see not muted at all. The video's playing perfectly fine. So skip forward to me
Good
talking.
evening, and welcome to the series that doesn't know how to count. That doesn't know how many episodes they've had before. Because this is Kingdom Hearts 3. The 9th instalment of the Kingdom Hearts series.
I didn't have to re-upload episode 1. I didn't realise I had to do that. Isn't life fun? So now what I have to do is go through and re-upload that episode, which isn't too difficult of a process, but it's now going to put everything out of order on my YouTube stream here. Now, I want to make a quick point on episode 2, and this is where this all started from. Look at all the red marks on this episode here. That is a lot of muted audio. I would say it's probably a quarter of the video. That's tough to reconcile. And this is how we discovered it's muting the exports to YouTube now. Because the export to YouTube, Swish, my friend from where I previously worked, very quickly told me that the beginning bit here had been muted. Now, my frustration with that, one, it got muted on YouTube itself, and this is on Twitch right now. As I said before, you get here where I cut in, and you can't hear me talking yet. And in fact, if I keep the timer up here as best I can, you should be able to hear me talking as soon as that hits the 3-minute mark.
Everything in here was new, effectively.
Right on cue, I'm at the 3-minute mark.
Let's see what we've got, shall we?
Even though there was no music in that section. I know this because I had the music timed to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, I think it's 2:28 or something like that. But I had it timed very carefully so that when my timer hits 0, the music ends and I jump in. I do think about production values, even though I'm getting nothing for this other than a bit of satisfaction. If I go to Appeal Muted Audio, I can see all the different times it's muted. Well, all the different tracks it's muted me for and how long it's muted me for, but not the actual time that it's muted me. So every single one is 3 minutes long. It seems that it doesn't matter how long the copyrighted material is. Twitch is just going to go, oh, it started there, 3 minutes later, it must have finished. We're going to mute everything between that time. Which isn't all the copyrighted audio. Either it's too much or too little. As I say, that intro thing, the Dearly Beloved as this calls it, is 2 minutes and 20 odd seconds. So you lose other things that are valuable. You know, if it was just cutting the audio, I would just go, delete, not important. But it's not, it's cutting everything. This version that I've put on YouTube, well, this is the unlisted one, which is the one that got muted and one that alerted me to the issues. This is the unmuted version. This is the one that I uploaded from my own download. You can see it's playing the Dearly Beloved theme. It's not an issue. I'm just going to fast forward again to me talking, so you can see what I'm talking about. Get to the end of my timer, and actually my timer's run out because I wasn't very quick with the draw.
Good evening. And
there you go, you get me talking.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, that's right.
So the downloaded version didn't mute. Quite happy with that. Absolutely amazing. You may think with all those copyright issues, especially a popular song like You've Got a Friend in Me, my YouTube video will be copyrighted to all hell, which would mean all the revenue for that would be going to Disney, Square Enix, whoever. Well, here's the copyright page. Oh, they didn't find any copyrighted content. Hang on, Twitch found a whole 2 pages worth of content. YouTube, not a thing. What went wrong? Either YouTube's got it badly wrong and they've not copyrighted anything, or they've got messages from Square and Disney going, yeah, it's fine. We don't mind these being used as long as it's used in the context of the game. Honestly, I don't know, and I'm not here to judge. But it meant I had to have a think about what I was going to do, and that's why I had a week off and did Star Trek Borg in the middle week last week. Because 1, that was at risk of not being there forever, and 2, I just wanted to take a week off to consider whether I wanted to continue doing Kingdom Hearts 3, especially with it being such a big copyright magnet. The fact that I could download it and then re-upload straight to YouTube separately is what convinced me that it was the right idea to do. Just keep going as I was, but instead of using the export function, use the download function. Well, Twitch cottoned on to that, didn't they? So let's move on to this week's video, and the reason that I've actually come on to do this rant. And I don't know what to say. Here is this week's video. Again, we've got the red marks there. We've got quite a long period before our first red mark, about 45 minutes in. And then another long period before our next red mark, which is an hour 36 in. An hour 55, 2:02, and then nothing to the end of the stream. So not too many claims this week, and that's reflected on if I go to appeal muted audio. There's 5 claims, all 3 minutes long. Again, I don't have an issue. They're legitimate claims, and Twitch's version of dealing with that is to mute the audio. But I've been able to download the full unmuted version. Literally as the stream ended, I went straight to here. I did a few things. One, I edited it so it said episode 3. I hit download, which is why you see download ready there, and I hit export. And what export does is it puts it straight onto YouTube. And I did all 3 things because I wanted to see how it will be handled this week. Well, apparently I was too quick off the draw and it actually cancelled my export to YouTube, but it did continue my download. And it cancelled my export seems to coincide with when it muted the audio. So maybe I was too quick with that side of things. So I redid the export, and unsurprisingly, that has been muted again. So here's the export, and as you can see, I'm just going to fast forward every so often. No audio. And once again, we get to the end of the countdown, and we cut into what I thought was me being very clever. If you're watching this on a replay on twitch.com, you can't hear this. Watch on youtube.com/@ChrisJT1985. It will be uploaded after Sunday, 19th of October. And if I hit play again, still no audio. Let's fast forward again. Still no audio. Waiting for the 3-minute mark, and this is where the audio should kick in 2, 1, there.
Me and the other 2 are fighting on a new adventure. Yes, we are.
But that's okay, because I've got my download, right? Yeah, about that. If you look at these 2, we've got episode 3 and the episode 3 of full video muted audio. There is 9 minutes difference between these 2 videos. Where were those 9 minutes, guys? I mean, what's happened there? Is that something that went wrong with my upload? Something that went wrong with the download? What are we talking happened here? I thought this is very odd. So I opened it up, and the first thing I did was looked at the start of it, and as you can see, we've got audio. So okay. Everything seems fine here. Let's fast forward through to my nice message.
This is for the replay
And there you go, you can see I'm
only.
talking. It's 2 minutes
If the
15 in,
muting
so
has
it's not in
come
the 3-minute
back,
window.
please just watch it on YouTube
So I thought, okay,
after tomorrow, after
has
Sunday.
it ended the stream early? Has the
That'll be
download come through
uploaded
corrupt with a
without
bit
the
missing at the
muting.
end? I'll skip
I'll
through
do
to
my
the
best.
end, and
I hope you've enjoyed the stream,
here's my
and I will see you next
goodbyes.
time. Have a good evening.
And
Good
my
night.
goodbyes are all there and fully intact. I'm returning to the start screen so you get the Daily Bubble music again, which, by the way, didn't mute on Twitch the second time, actually. Didn't even think about that. And I know we play this for a few minutes and then end the stream. Well, okay, that's working fine, so... What's going on here? Because we've got the start, we've got the end of it. So I did a bit of tedious matching on this, where literally I played them both side by side. Well, I picked 1 hour, 2 hours, and then split the difference, so I worked out exactly where the problems were. But I matched them both up as closely as possible. So I've got them both set up to play from the same point. There's obviously a very slight difference, but both points are 1 hour, 35 minutes and 57 seconds. This is the original upload that Twitch did, and you can see that, there you go, the audio cuts out after just a few seconds of that. And then if we fast forward to just before 1:39, so 1:37, 58, 39.
Oh,
And there comes the audio back.
I'll scare him again.
I've got to be quiet so I don't frighten.
3 minutes of silence. 1:35:57. Play. Jump cut.
Oh, there they are.
Absolute jump
I'll
cut.
scare him again.
I've got
For
to.
the exact period of the silence. Twitch is removing not just the audio now, but the video on the version that I download. Now I thought, maybe that's an error. And it might still be an error. But here's the thing. Because download is ready, if I go to download again, it immediately pops up. Whereas, let's say I want to re-download episode 1, and go 3 dots, download, it has to prepare the file for download. So I can't go through that whole preparation process again for what is probably 2 to 3 weeks. So if it's a mistake on Twitch's end, I can't do anything about it. So what am I supposed to do at this moment in time? And I don't know. Because as I say, I re-downloaded episode 2, which did have to go through the preparing thing, and all the muted audio that was on the YouTube exports or on Twitch itself was perfectly fine on my download. And I'm willing to put money on that when I re-download episode 1, that'll all be perfectly fine on my download as well. But if it's not perfectly fine on episode 3, then we're going to have a episode on there that's going to be permanently have 9 minutes of lost media. And weirdly, it's not all 5 times. It's only the last 3 times. The first 2 times got through okay. So what am I supposed to do with this as a streamer? You know, I found that Twitch is the better place to stream. YouTube is the better place for the VOD to go. But how can I trust that when Twitch is going to mute my audio and then not allow me to get a clean version? My options at this point are put up with it, not a fan. Absolutely not a fan whatsoever. You know, if YouTube allows me to put it on and then just give the revenue to the creator of the music, why can't Twitch do something like that or allow me to download that version to put on YouTube? I can leave Twitch and just stick to YouTube only. Quite frankly, a possibility, but I don't want to do that mid-series, if that makes sense. Yeah, if I do that mid-series, then you're going to end up with a disjointed series on YouTube with parts of it on my live tab and parts of it on my videos tab. That could be easily solved by saying, go look at the playlist, or by YouTube putting them back together again like they used to. Is there a third option? I don't think there is. You know, I've had a look online, and yes, I can tell OBS that I want it to record at the same time as streaming. But from what I can tell, that puts quite a strain on the system resources, and it ends up with both looking subpar. I will run some tests to see if that works on my system, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think it will. I have seen another version where I have an OBS plugin that will submit my OBS output to an OBS on another PC. So I have a very nice laptop that I can set up next to me. It needs to be connected by a LAN cable, but I can do that. I have no problem with things like that. And then I could record it on there whilst my main OBS is streaming. I don't know though. I mean, I've got to test these things. I've got to find time to test these things. So get ready for a barrage of, look at what's happening here. Chris is testing again. Yeah, it just all seems to be happening at once. So yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts as to what's going on here. There was a suggestion that I switch Watch Dogs Legion with Kingdom Hearts 3. So Legion goes on Twitch, Kingdom Hearts goes on YouTube. I'll be honest, I think Legion would have suffer the same issues. We've had times where I've gone past a car or a radio or whatever, and it's been playing songs like Three Lions from Euro 96. I said, how is that a 30-year-old, well, 29-year-old song? God, I'm getting old. So yeah, at this point, this is a rant video with no confirmed solution. But it's a rant video I needed to do. It really is. I'd love to tell you everything's going to be all okay, everything's going to be rosy. I don't know yet. I might be abandoning Twitch, I might not. And you may find in a couple of weeks' time I do another upload of episode 3 and it works perfectly fine. Maybe I was too quick in the download thing and it messed around when it found, oh, muted audio, what do we do? I don't know. I feel like I've lost all structure of this rant now, so I think I'm going to cut it there. If you've sat through all that, I apologise. You don't really need to sit through this entire rant. It's just me going, it's done it again. Ah! That's me trying to scream without screaming because I don't want to really scream that loud. What am I doing? Just end it there. Well, thanks very much for watching, guys. I know this is not exactly my usual style of video, but things needed to be said. I'm sure I'll be back as normal this week with both Watch Dogs Legion and Kingdom Hearts 3. Just be prepared that if you don't watch it live, you might not get the full experience. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.